Welcome to the Vista de Lamonia, an extraordinary place to live. This family-friendly high-rise complex has all of the necessary amenities. Our double-pane, bulletproof glass windows will provide the safest environments to raise your children. Our 24-hour security, indoor parking, and workout gym will provide ample fodder during the largest hordes of demon attacks. Act now and get Italian HBO for 3 months free. Vista de Lamonia, the last home you'll ever need. Operators are standing by. And in 3, 2, 1, I already forgot it.
You will be soon as big as a giant, or like all the others. Dead.
You think I imagined all of it, don't you? You think I'm insane?
That's feng shui.
A match made in a bathroom. Just floating into the void.
All right.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, guy.
Now, you saying that you rearranged your
You
desk.
saying. Yes.
You rearranged your desk. You're making yourself more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of did the same thing. I finally got my TV mounted on the wall.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right next to that big boar's head.
There's Darth Vader still looming over me.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, that's right.
I got my new speakers, which are making us sound pretty damn good.
Very nice.
But since I got this 4K monitor,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I have a hard time with my colors. I don't know. I'm sitting too close to the screen. Editing is a little hard on the eyes.
Yeah, I could see that. The human eye isn't supposed to see in that much detail.
No.
It's actually harmful for
I
you.
think I said that. I got a 4K TV and I have 720p eyes. You
Yeah.
know?
That's true. That's good.
Isn't that a song, I think? Anyway, I got to tell you, so I'm just trying to modify.
Yes.
Because my desk is still the arcade that we built, a long time ago. And it was built for sturdiness, and it's, granted, this thing weighs like 300 pounds. And I built this out of, old leftover 2x4s that I had and plywood. And it's just
From those 2x4 fights that you used to have behind your house.
somebody posted a picture that made me laugh of a lumber party massacre. And it was chicks in 90s with 2x4s going at each other.
I'd watch that.
So anyway,
That's probably been a thing that you can bet on at some point.
so my desk is a little awkward. I need a new desk, but the space that I have it in is going to be a little bit, it's awkward anyway. So in order to get a quick fix to maximize my space and pull myself back away from the screen a little bit, I've tried different things like a little TV tray and trying to edit it like that.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really work.
Right.
What I did is I went and bought some 2.5-inch flex pipe that goes over my armrests on my chair to extend my armrests out.
What are you building? Are you just making like a foam cosplay of like the astronomer from Alien?
Maybe, because it kind of feels like that.
I have to cut you out of your chair.
So it extends the armrests on my chair, and I pull this plank that I'm using as my desk up onto the extended armrest, and basically I've made myself a high chair.
Oh my God.
All right. I've got a foot pedestal where I can lean back and relax. I just need a bib.
Yeah. Just flip Cheerios all over the floor and spill your milk.
And I think I'm onto something here. I think this is Shark Tank material.
Need to get a sippy cup.
Oh, my sippy cup just has beer in it.
But you're still eating just like microwave chicken tenders and stuff like that. That's not bad.
No.
The life of a baby or like a toddler, not bad. And you are already wearing an adult diaper.
I don't have to leave my chair.
You don't need to. You just want to.
I can sit here, soil myself, and edit all day long.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Very Ted Kaczynski kind of setup you've got over there.
Yeah.
Bombs is usually what comes next. Pipe bombs and stuff like that. We're about to start in on a big old bowl of spaghetti with Demoni 2.
Let me start off by singing, Hey Mambo, Mambo Italiana, hey Mambo, Mambo.
Why is it taking us so long?
I don't know.
To sing that?
I don't know.
That's our new theme song.
Too bad it's copywritten and that's all they can sing.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I actually have like 4 pages of notes today.
I had way more notes for the first one. This one is, I mean, these are the most fun movies where, I mean, by this point, I'm not even thinking about the little, like, you know, inconsistencies in the storytelling. You just kind of, at a certain point, just have to strap in and just sit back and let it unfold, because I don't have any questions about anything.
See, I watched this last night with my wife, and she's like, I have no idea what's going on. I said, honey, Jason and I have talked about this time and time again, and it's really a lot with the Italians. You can't think about the plot.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Just let it unfold. You're just here for the gore and the fun. And obviously, half of our demons were only allowed to sit in the chair for face makeup and not the rest of their bodies.
This is all very, Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Where you really are just kind of, they put you in this. I love the apartment building, just kind of setup, you know. I mean, there's so much you can do. There's a lot of creepy shots with like those kind of spiraling staircases that go up to the different floors. Those are always spooky anyway. And then you put a bunch of...
I waited so long and was about to applaud when finally somebody was thrown down the center of the stair. Yeah.
There were a lot of like mannequins being thrown off of things.
Loved it.
There were like 4 of them altogether. I guess that's like I said, they have a multi-floor building that they can kind of have fun in. And
I swear when they got into the parking garage, it was like Italian horror Cirque du Soleil.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
That there was springboards everywhere.
Yep. I've watched it with my wife, too, and one of them just made us laugh out loud. It was like, how did he... It's like they shot him with, like, compressed air, like, boom, like over that Volkswagen or whatever. Yeah, this one is definitely, first quarter of it is just like, oh, brother, are we going to just be at an 80s dance party the entire time? And then that quickly comes to an end. But boy, there's some stuff that I wish I hadn't seen. No demons or blood, just dancing.
Yeah.
Those like Z Cavaricci pants that like come up to a guy's nipples and they're just like pleated everywhere. How many pleats do you think one man needs?
I'm pleated.
Oh, man. Totally pleated, dude. We got so pleated last night.
Let our audience know that, yes, we are concluding our double feature.
The conclusion of
Demons 2 double feature. I'm taking it upon myself to say that we're not going to be doing Demons 3, the Ogre.
Yeah.
I just watched the trailer for that too, and yeah, it states that was a made-for-TV movie, so it was really dumbed down on the gore.
Also, this one is supposed to be the same way, and I thought, like, I mean, there's a scene later that I was like, oh, that they played that on Italian TV? I mean,
really?
I did read that they were, toned it down a little bit, and I was like, where?
Yeah,
because
it's gross.
It is gross. It's all in good fun,
And there were a few scenes that I thought were going to play out a little differently, a little grosser. And maybe I can tell where that was maybe reined in
edited
a little bit.
Yeah. That's what I was kind of hoping, is that somewhere there was this uncut version, but I don't think we're getting that.
Right. I'm watching this on Shudder.
Yep, me too.
I think you can also watch it for free on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we talked about this when we watched Demons 1, that I guess there is Michael Rico Suave.
Michaela Suave.
When he directed the Church, which could
Yes.
be the sequel to Demons 2.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that probably eventually. We're not going to go on to do that as a third in this and make this a trilogy.
Yes. And we also, I'm looking at it right now, and it's wearing me out looking at it. I could explain why. Just all of the different sequels and different directors, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
You can get on YouTube, I believe, and there's one clip of Joe Bob Briggs explaining it all, at how the sequels worked, and only this one and Demons have anything to do with each other.
All right.
That's all you need to know, really, is that.
That, and don't worry about the plot, guys.
Yeah, because there is none.
It's fun, though.
After a certain point, it is fun.
It does take a little bit to start off, kind of just like how it is to start off this podcast.
Oh, yeah. Did we mention that this is a podcast? I guess you guys know that.
Welcome to the Moratorium. I'm Tim Kornman, and with me as always is Jason Walker.
Hi. Me.
Jason Old Man Joe Walker.
Joe Don Walker Baker. Candlestick maker.
I was just looking at Lamberto Bava.
Mm-hmm. That's a good name.
Yes, it is. But he went by a different name back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
He was John Old Jr.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. That's very odd.
Very odd. But Blast Fighter, Devilfish, and You'll Die at Midnight, he did as John Old Jr. And I've got to talk about all three of those films.
That's like an Italian Alan Smithy kind of, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe so.
I don't know.
But we'll talk about his legacy. We'll say legacy, yeah.
Sure. He's passed away.
I actually have like 3 pages of tangents that are strategically planned throughout. I don't know strategically when I'm going to insert them.
Okay. As long as you keep saying strategically, then we'll be like, oh, he really knows what he's talking about. This is good. I am continuing the Candyland-like game, right. The board game, and I just like coming up with different like hazards, the ones you land on and you like lose a turn or something. And I thought one should be Emilio Estevez will come around and tape your butt shut so that all your hair on your butt gets like stuck in it, and your dad will be ashamed of you.
Okay.
That's it.
And you lose a turn.
and on top of that, you lose a turn. I might, do some new ones of those, but otherwise no. Unless we cover a movie with one of the Brat Pack, and then it'll have to be discussed. But
So on the Candyland board game that you're making, though, these spots are actually going to have to be, you're going to have to draw a card, because there's no way that we can write that much information on that little square where our little Brat Pack cardboard cutout character lands on, right?
Right. Okay. And as it's set up right now, there's no way to win, because all of the spaces are, like those hazards, like landing in jail or whatever.
Right. There is no end. You just continue to go around in circles.
There's no way to win. Yep. You're just in a loop.
A perpetual Candyland loop.
You're looping.
I can't wait to play this for 12 hours.
Hang on a second, Tim. I'm looping right now. Okay, I'm back. I hate all of the actors in this movie.
Really?
There, I said it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, except for Asia. She's the only one that's...
and she's like 11.
Yeah, she's 10 years old during the making of this. Dario Argento's daughter.
And this said it was her first film, right?
Yes, her first film. And yeah, she's managing to outact everyone else. Except, what is so strange is like Sally, I think, who is the girl. Like we said, there is no plot. I think we can just like skim right over. Sally is having a birthday party for herself in one of these apartments, right? Okay. Is that pretty much, can we just stop there?
But doesn't want her is it an ex-boyfriend to show up?
Oh my God. She is so, I think she has bipolar disorder because she is having a blast before that. And then maybe she's just overly dramatic, but maybe. She like explodes on that dork guy. Like really hams it up. When I say that nobody can act except for Asya, she's probably the main offender because when she does have that little freak out, it's hard to, it was already hard to watch. Yeah. And then she's just bad actress. Oddly, until she gets makeup on her and then she becomes the best actress in the movie. Ever. She's really selling it. I'll tell you, it doesn't really get going until about 20 minutes into it.
Maybe I just didn't get it at first, that everything was in this apartment complex. So when we go to Bobby Rhodes...
the gym.
I wasn't thinking that the gym was in the apartment complex.
But yes, apparently it is. Also, apparently the set of the first movie is within this apartment complex. So I don't know what to do. When that part comes up, we'll have to draw attention to
the movie theater, but now it's a television studio set that.
Right.
That obviously you want disco lights on your audience and your participants on this set, right?
Yes. Everyone is disoriented and confused. By the way, one of the like punks, quote unquote, one of the West Side Story punks. I cannot remember his name from the first one. He's the guy snorting coke out of the Coke can in the first one.
Right. Yeah, he is
a security guard, which that matches up.
He made me laugh so hard.
Yeah, he's really overacting.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It looks like he just did coke out of a Coke can.
Yes. Which, probably.
That's probably right.
Probably right. Yeah, he doesn't know where he's way too intense. I don't want to be rude, but like, if he was in like an animated movie as like a animated character, okay, I would say this animation sucks because he has the weirdest face. I don't know how to explain it.
He looked totally different to me in this role than he did in Demons. It's like the coke caught up with him.
Yes. The fact that this was probably filmed within a couple of months of the end of the filming of the first one. He's still in that mode, but they just put a security costume on him, which isn't even that great. It really does look like something you'd get from like a cheap costume rental.
Right, from
Police Academy.
The Blue Oyster Bar, leftover costumes.
How did they always get tricked into, like, that place has been in the same address for...
They wanted to show up there. That's what it was.
Yes.
They're like, oh, we're here again.
Yep.
Do that song one more time.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
You all know what the Blue Oyster music sounds like. They're playing that song 24/7.
So the music in this movie, though, is...
Okay, yes.
Go ahead. I read it off, actually. I'm looking at the screen right now.
All right, so The Smiths, great. The Cult, awesome. Art of Noise, I think that is the first song is Art of Noise, because you can hear all of that weird kind of like sampling the electronic stuff in there. Peter Murphy, great for a horror movie. Dead Can Dance. That sounds familiar, but I did look up, it says music by Simon Boswell. And I was like, is that somebody that I should know? And then I was like, oh no, I'm thinking of Simon Le Bon. I don't know who the fuck Simon Boswell is. But if you scroll down on his IMDb, that's all pretty normal. Like, he's a composer,
Okay.
But if you look at the very bottom, he's in a band called Sex Gang Children.
Well, that's
I was
I don't
like,
know how I feel about that.
Sex gang children. And then I looked to see if it was a typo, like they had forgotten like punctuation or something.
It didn't translate from Spain.
Oh, I wonder if that's what it was, like a problem in translation. Actually, Sex Gang Children, the band in Italy, is probably not that like controversial.
Right.
What does that mean? Sex Gang Children. The children that are produced from a...
Is it a sequel to the Boxcar Children?
Maybe. What is the Boxcar Children?
That's a famous children's book.
Really?
Yeah. Or maybe.
No.
Maybe not so famous.
Never heard of it.
So the opening of this movie, though, they do like a kind of an odd... Is that supposed to be like a Nostradamus type thing that...
Oh, the voiceover at the very beginning? I don't know. Yes, maybe. Because we had one in Demons, too, but it was part of the movie, I think. And see, that would have made more sense if that had also been... Because that just plays over a black background, right?
Right.
Now, this is confusing, too. Actually, not too. This is the most confusing part of the movie. This is all occurring in a high-rise apartment building, right?
Right.
So several different families, people in this is weird, in this apartment building are watching a movie similar to
it's the only thing
the one in Demons, where it's a group of kids and they discover, something and then start turning into demons.
Right.
So, like, Asia's watching it with her family while they're eating breakfast at midnight. I don't know. The time is completely confusing in this, too.
Yes, very much so.
You kind of, like, have that in the back of your head. Like, I know I watched someone walk into the apartment building and it was dark outside, you know? Somewhere in the back of your mind, you kind of have a feel for, like, what time of day it is.
I'm watching the main guy walk in right now, and it looks like it's sunset.
Right. Dusk or something.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's supposed to be in the morning and we're just confused because I think Asia's family's eating cereal. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It's another one of those plot specific.
Yeah.
Not
also working out at midnight is weird.
I guess I would be freaking ripped too if Bobby Rhodes was telling me to work out.
Yelling at you the entire time? I go to the gym every once in a while, but I very rarely get in that like butterfly machine type thing where it like pulls your arms back because it's been the cause of death for several people in horror movies. There's one movie where that happens and some guy's ribs just like poke right out of his body because they like overextend his arms. I can't remember what that is, but yeah, gym kills are great. That one guy throws a like fake dumbbell at the demon and knocks him out. I thought that was pretty cool.
The use of plants.
Yes, plants, any type of thing that you can throw. Also, that gym is, I think Bobby Rhodes' job is to yell at them.
Yeah.
Number one, yell at everybody. Number two, every once in a while with like a barbecue brush, just put more KY on everybody. The KY budget for this movie had to be in the...
he slapped somebody on the back while they were in the parking garage, and I actually went, ooh.
Yeah, exactly. You saw his handprint, like he put it in like maple syrup or something. Ugh.
Well, I love the guy who did the voiceover for Bobby Rhodes. I mean, we loved him when he was Tony the Pimp. He's great in this.
Yes.
Now, you go to the gym, but do you wear these short shorts?
Oh, like scrote showing shorts? I mean...
Is that what they're called? Is scrotes?
Yeah. We're the scrotes. Like a gang.
I'm watching them dance in the freaking in the living room, and I'm thinking they're listening to the Scroats.
Yep, their new hit single. No, those are some real Love Boat shorts, and I don't care for any of it. I think Gopher had those shorts on at some point.
That's why they called him Gopher.
Gopher. can see the little gopher.
We are going downhill big time already. But there are so many different opening scenes in this, just setting up everybody. It's kind of confusing. It's hard to figure out where time and place is.
Yeah, there's also a pregnant couple.
She is doing sit-ups while she's I'm like, man, that baby is just going to fly out.
I think there'd be a lot of problems with trying to do crunches while you're pregnant. Yeah, do you want to talk about the neon in the house?
Dude, I love the neon, but when it starts, the electricity starts going crazy later. Yeah. It is seizure inducing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw a couple of flashes for no reason. I think in the movie within the movie.
Yes.
There's a couple of like little flashes. It just flashes for some reason. And I was like, huh, what was that? And then it's nothing.
We had the lights turned down and man, it was just.
Yeah, couldn't look at it for very long.
I think I saw my primordial self.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like, primordial? Mm-hmm. Like you're in altered states?
Yep.
You just throw yourself around the weird hallway that you have in your house?
The weird hallway, that's 2 foot.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go back and forth. So Sally is a little diva bitch.
Yeah, she's like an Italian Phoebe Cates, kind of a little bit. But yeah, she's hysterical. You want to talk about all of the food that is on the table for her birthday? I see cheesecake. They're all cakes of some sort.
Now I got to back up. I got to ask a question here because at the very beginning, when the credits are rolling and we see the cakes and the food being prepared, but there's somebody walking down the hall that has a club foot. And then they walk through the doors and it's like it looks like blood, but I guess it's like jelly or whatever.
Strawberry sauce or something.
Right.
Yeah.
But we don't see who that person is that's preparing this food. We never see that person. We don't see that person's face.
No, you just see that he's got kind of like corrective braces and stuff like that.
I am correct that this guy does not come back into play, right?
No, I don't think so, because he's not one of our cast members. But it does look like I don't know. That scene was completely disconnected from anything else that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I think they do that in probably 75% of 80s horror movies, is kind of like a redirect or, misdirection about.
Yeah. Okay. Misdirect. Yeah. So Asya is having breakfast with her family, watching the TV, watching this horror film, right? Did it look like it was supposed to be right from the end of Demons? It was like they were watching that film. Yeah, and this is like the continuation of Demons.
Yes, it does, because then they see evidence of the kind of like outbreak that happened before.
Right.
Because they find a demon pinned under like a I-beam or something.
I don't know. It's strange.
Yeah, and they're driving a Jeep, but it's all different actors.
Yeah. And
it also seems like that's what they are there to do rather than just party or whatever it was in the first one. Mm-hmm. It seems like they're trying to find, they might even say it very quickly, like in the dialogue of the movie within a movie, is, they're there to find like evidence of these demons or whatever. And if that's what they were trying to do, then they were successful and then turned all of themselves into demons.
Right.
What did they think was going to happen?
It played itself off like it was kind of like an Unsolved Mysteries.
Right. Yeah. Like a reenactment or something. I actually like thinking of it like that because, obviously we've said there's no plot to this. But if it's not the plot that you're there for the special effects. And this movie is, you really just have to struggle through this first 20 minutes, and then you're going to see some pretty fucking great, excuse my French, practical effects,
Italian, Jason.
No, I'm sorry. It's, here, let me translate that. Let me get Google Translate here. I'll come back in with some Italian. You just keep going. And
okay.
I'll get some Italian phrases. But anyway, the movie within a movie in the first Demons is much better than this one.
Right.
So that kind of supports the reenactment type thing, We just need Robert Stack to narrate on top of it, which maybe that's what that old guy.
Yeah.
See, that would have made more sense if that voiceover in the beginning was like the introduction to that movie within a movie, and they had it like playing on a TV or something. That would have made more sense, but instead it's just exists. Actually, that's what it was in the first movie. That the narrator says, what did he say? Something about dreams,
right? And the cities will become your tombs,
right?
Yeah, they say that exact line in this setup.
Yeah, it would have made a lot more sense if that hadn't just been hanging out there by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Remake Demons 2, guys.
So we have two kids in this film, Asia Argento and Tommy, who is played by Marco Vivio. Tommy.
I love his TVs. That's Vizio.
Yeah.
They are not related, correct? He lives with his mother.
Is that right?
I don't know.
He's in a totally different apartment watching this movie by himself. The phone rings and he answers it and he's like, no, my parents aren't at home. I'm here all by myself.
Oh.
I was like, why would you tell somebody that?
Yeah, that's what they tell you not to tell anybody.
Specifically tell you not to do.
His parents are, I mean, there's a strong case for neglect right here. He's also like 3 or something.
He's so young.
And I hate saying this about everything, but he is a little bit like Italian Joey Lawrence, sort of. Could you get that kind of feeling?
Who played Nicholas in 8 is Enough?
Oh, God. That kid. He's like up there with Bob for me.
Bob.
My slapping hand starts itching.
Bob.
Oh, Bob. God. It's a cartoon dog's voice. But yeah, so Asia and that little boy are both... It's cutting back and forth to both of them watching the same movie. Yes.
But do they actually get together and help each other at some point? I don't think so. I don't think they even see each other.
It ends up being her father and her. He is with a girl later in the apartment. I don't know if it's his mom or...
Is that the mom or was that the hooker? We failed to mention
I don't know.
The hooker.
There is a sex worker in here?
Yeah, her name is Mary the prostitute.
Oh, that's right. When does she show up?
She's at the very beginning too. She sees with not Sally. Who's the Hannah?
Yeah, the other girl.
Hannah and George are the husband and wife,
my God.
right? And she's the pregnant one. And
yes,
George goes up to the elevator about the same time as Mary the prostitute, and she already talks about how she hates being in elevators, and that's the whole reason that they get trapped in the elevator later.
Right. And what was going on with the birthday party crowd? They were fucking around with the buttons, and maybe they were just being like annoying and drunk like 80s people, which they pulled off perfectly. Yeah, I'm watching him say, I'm alone. Yep, mommy's not here. All right, bye. Who was that?
Well, just a stalker killer. But truthfully, though, maybe because this high-rise apartment complex is so safe. Is that it? Is that why they were?
Oh, it's one of those like...
Because it was not until halfway through the movie, I think, that somebody states that the windows were double-paned, bulletproof glass. In this apartment complex, you can't open the windows.
It does not look like foreign dignitaries or something are staying. I mean, these are pretty like basic. Man, I cannot help but look at the food and stuff because that couple is having dinner too.
Yeah.
And it's just very...
I can't tell if that's bread or if it's just old meatloaf.
Yep, I was thinking the same thing. There's a random plate of noodles for someone that doesn't appear to be there. This guy, this kind of like preppy dude, I'm just going to say douchebag because...
Which preppy guy are you talking about? The one that answers the phone?
The one that's married to the pregnant girl.
He's our main guy in this, George.
Yeah. He has books with him, and they are like I think he is studying. It's hard to say. He has one book that says psychic on it.
I don't know, but he's rattling off some sort of like scientific equation that
sounds completely unnatural in his stupid mouth.
And he says he has to take a test in the morning. And according to where he is in the book, he's like in the preface.
He looks like he's learning how to read right now, this night. He's not going to be like a scientist or like a psychiatrist or something. But this is George. George does not have a pick.
Well, that's why I'm having trouble finding everybody on IMDb, because there are no picks.
And if you do, they're from Demons or Demons 2.
So I'm just on to the chick here who is the dog owner. And her credit is actually just woman with dog.
Yes. Okay, is she the one that kind of looks like Anna Gasteyer from Saturday Night Live and is drinking like bourbon? Okay.
Again, is it morning, is it night? It doesn't matter with her.
Right, exactly. Right. Next door, Asia's just eating Fruity Pebbles and she's just knocking back whiskey.
But her name is Anita Bartolucci.
Very
and
nice.
Just woman with dog.
When I saw that dog, I was like, oh, every dog will be harmed during the making of this movie. I like it when they have like lovable dogs that are going to be kind of like antagonistic dogs, you know, because it's got all that stuff on its face, but it's still like trying not to like wag its tail, you know, like it's just having
Somebody's
fun.
waggling a freaking hot dog in his face.
Yes.
And he just looks happy.
Until he gets that prosthetic on.
This is her dog, right? So she hears a scratch at the door, and obviously like she's watching this movie too, so she's freaked out, right? So she hears something at the door, and there's several moments like this in the movie where it's just like, who's there?
Right.
And so she goes to the door, and the dog, does he jump? Because she looks through the peephole in the door, and the dog is like right there.
In Italy, do they have more little people or something? So they kind of like cut the difference and put it right in the center of the door.
That's right. The peephole's around your waist.
It's called the Barty hole. Oh, gross. I just invented a new... I mean, jot that down.
Great. I'm going to totally use that.
Barty hole.
So she lets the dog in, and she says something like, oh, I forgot I let you out. I mean, where did she let the dog out? She is in an enclosed...
Out into the apartment building?
To go take a leak on somebody else's door?
Beg for food. Tear up a pizza container that's sitting outside or something.
Hilarious.
It's hard to tell where all of these people are in relation to everybody else, you know, because that little boy ends up in the party apartment.
Yeah.
Where Sally had her party. And I'm like, was he just next door?
I don't know. Yeah, time and space. What floor are they on? Are they secluded to one floor? I have no idea.
Unclear. Because later on, they're running up and down those stairs like they could be anywhere, you know? Yeah. I mean, like you were saying earlier, at a certain point in this movie, there is a group of demons that are just kind of all running together like a pack of dogs or something. And it does look like Dawn of the Dead a little bit, where there's a couple of real good looking demons. And then the farther back in the crowd you get, it's like they had those teeth. They had enough teeth for everybody. But as far as like makeup and that vein, that vein type makeup, not everybody got that.
Oh, and they use a lot of, what would you call it? Vein inflation devices.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love those little like bladders that are full of air and stuff. And the people in the movie, when that demon kind of rises again, I loved seeing that face, you know, kind of fill itself back up. And it looked really cool.
In the trivia for demons, it does mention... So the resurrection of the first demon was done by filming a melted wax head and then playing the footage in reverse.
Wow, that's cool. I knew that. I could tell that it was in reverse, but I wasn't sure how they did that. That's great.
So
And that's so economical, too. I think that probably was a pretty cheap effect, and it looked fucking great.
In the movie within the movie, one of the characters cuts themselves when they find that demon, and she ends up bleeding into his mouth.
Yeah, as they're taking like the vacation selfie by the dead demon. So avoidable. And what is that smoke that they come through? There's a scene where they're walking through wherever the hell they're at. I get just the scene of the last movie, and this pipe just starts spraying smoke in their face. And I thought, is this going to be like a Return of the Living Dead type thing where that turns them into...
That's what I expected.
It does steal from a few. Of course, I don't know when Return of the Living... This is probably before Return of the Living Dead, I would think.
A quick search could tell us the answer.
Yeah, that smoke was weird.
The beginning of this movie is kind of like the beginning of this podcast so far today, that we're jumping all over the place.
Well, it's hard when you don't have a real like structure. I mean, this is how you're introduced to all these people. It's like, I mean, that's what I like about this is that, you know, all they're doing, they're just setting up demon fodder, you know.
That's it. There's a ton of people, and a ton of people are going to be changed into demons.
The way they get there, I like a lot. It's very interesting how the movie within a movie comes into the real world.
Oh, no. Specifically, the demon comes through the screen in the television.
Yep. That's it. I mean, I loved that, though. I love that scene where they just, I assume, I mean, you know, it's just like similar to Freddy, you know, in the first one where he kind of bends through that sort of silk screen kind of thing. But to play the projected video of, I assume, that person while they're coming through just looked so badass. Same thing Cronenberg did in a Videodrome.
Right.
They just project that onto that screen and line it up right, and it really looks...
It was pretty cool.
And there's a transition, too, where he kind of pops into the room, pops into reality, that was edited really well to make it believable. I mean,
it's just a big jump scare, wasn't it? Just
right, yes. He's suddenly there.
But it wasn't Samara climbing through the screen, is that?
No, you don't actually see... Yeah, it was Samara, I think. I've seen her called different things, but I've been too lazy to... to track it down.
We'll save that for when we do Ringu trilogy. How about that?
Ooh, that would be awesome.
So I think it's kind of neat where Sally is watching when the demon starts coming through the screen, and she's watching the demon. The demon kind of looks straight at her, and she's transfixed on this television.
Is it turning her on? Honestly, because she looks like she's getting,
Maybe.
She's smiling and biting her nail,
but also maybe the flashing on the screen is
kind of like hypnotizing her a little bit.
Hey, there you go. But I was going to mention the kid. I got to talk about the kid for a second.
Okay, Tommy.
Yes, Tommy.
Yeah,
we see a shot of his bedroom, and I swear there's like a toy Necronomicon on his bed.
What?
I couldn't tell what it was. But on the same shot, you see a see-and-say.
Okay.
I mean, this kid's 8, 10 years old. Why does he have a see-and-say? You know what I'm talking about. It's a toddler toy. The duck goes moo.
Right. Well, Carol Ann has one in Poltergeist. So
okay.
Do with that what you... I don't know, wait a minute. Maybe I'm thinking of Close Encounters. That kid's way younger.
Okay.
I think it's Close. I'm sorry. It's Close Encounters. And yes, that boy is like 2, right?
Right. What was that kid's name?
Let's see, a dump truck, a Necronomicon. Is his name Tommy?
No.
Can we just say that all kids in all movies are just named Tommy?
And not Bob?
Never Bob. When have you ever met a little boy named Bob?
Just Bob.
Yeah, maybe Bobby.
So the demon comes out of the television screen and gets Sally.
Yep.
And turns her. But then all the party goers are trying to coax her out of the bedroom. They light the candles on her birthday cake. And so they have the lights turned down, and that's why they don't see that she's actually Demon Sally.
Right. They just see her in silhouette, kind of.
Yeah. So she comes to blow out her candles on her birthday cake and then attacks everybody. And that's how the demon perpetuates.
She's just going to throw you halfway across the room just by barely touching you. It's like a kung fu movie.
I love the acrobatics in this film.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're ridiculous. I also want Tommy's landline phone, but that's different. That's very, 80s looking. I'm trying to see, I've been this whole time as they're painting around Tommy's room. I want to see this Necronomicon that you're talking about.
It may have been something just dark and plastic. It's at the bottom of the screen, and that could be. Okay. But I swear he had my first Necronomicon,
Oh, yeah, like a Playmates or something, or like Kenner. Kenner, my first Necronomicon. That would, oh my God, guys, somebody make that. I'm not going to do it, but.
But when Sally turns into the demon and, her eyes are bulging, her face is shaking, they got it down with the teeth. This kind of reminded me of, wasn't there probably another Argento film called Dagon?
Yes, very similar teeth where every other tooth is there. It's like sharp tooth gum. They're very iconic and they're very specific to this movie, Mm-hmm. I mean, the people in the know, if you see those teeth, you're like, oh yeah, it's from Demons. But you're right, that like the cover of Dagon, they're basically the same. Yeah, good one.
And the movie within a movie, they actually set this up too, that when they find a fingernail or a tooth, I think it's a fingernail, because they save it when they're like, we're going to be rich. We found a demon fingernail. They said that specifically that the scratch is what turned people into demons. It wasn't a bite like a zombie.
Right, exactly.
Specifically a scratch.
Yes. I was a little upset that we didn't see that kind of pulsing boil thing. Right. Is that at any time in this movie?
Not really, no.
Because that also is pretty... what's the word I'm looking for? When you see that, you think of demons, that it's very specific to these movies. Ugh, and gross, too.
The one guy who's sent outside to stop the ex-boyfriend.
The one that she... Yes.
He spends the entire movie outside waiting for...
his death?
Waiting for the guys to show up so he can turn them away, right?
She says, who is it, like James or something?
Jake,
flips.
Yeah, don't let Jake show up. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, this is party goer waiting for Jacob. That's what he's credited as.
Right. He kind of looks like Castor Troy's brother from Face Off. Okay. He's just like a total nerd.
But he stands out there the entire time. And there's a shot later when finally Jacob shows up, which is another. So that's just like the punks in the first Demons. This is the same exact setup.
Right. 4
people in a car trying to get to this party, which I guess is a state away because they drive forever to get there.
Yeah. It is kind of like Mad Lib's Demons. They just picked a different setting and but all the events are basically the same.
When he was waiting out there for Jake to show up, and Jake keeps talking about how he's the best driver ever and never gets into an accident.
Oh my God.
It was a missed opportunity when he actually gets into a car accident. He should have rammed the guy outside waiting on him.
Right.
He's been out there waiting the entire time. It would have just been hilarious that he escaped death from not being inside, but then he gets run over the person he's trying to stop.
Boom, boom. Yeah. What was that?
Must have been a demon dog.
Yep. You want to talk about Sally's transformation?
Dude.
Because it's pretty awesome.
Pretty gloopy.
The acting level that you're getting, especially when she's talking about Jacob and stuff, is man, I mean, it'd be like bad soap opera acting, which probably is what she's probably been in some Italian soaps or something. But all of that is forgiven for her portrayal when she transforms.
Oh, yeah.
Can we assume that that is the same actress?
That's what I wanted to know. If it is, it's incredible.
Yeah.
She had a lot of fun with it.
Yes, exactly. She really gave it like 110%. All of the transformation things are the same in this one. The teeth pushing out like baby teeth coming out and blood. The claws, cracking the old fingernails in half is badass. Her face, I guess I should say her head, her fake head. It's pretty cool.
I dig it.
It's definitely fake, but it lets him do some pretty cool stuff. I love they brought back the orange eyes and the veins.
Oh, they even show these glowing eyes on the dog later, don't they?
Yeah, maybe. Oh my God, that dog.
So riddle me this, though. Okay, so we have the pregnant girl, Hannah, and George, right?
Yep.
The party is going on pretty close because they can hear the music. And she says something like, they must be having a good time over there, or, how I wish I could go over there if I didn't have this demon child within me.
Yeah.
That you put in me, And she sends George out to go check on him or something.
Yeah. And she's just like, I hope he dies. I hope he dies.
It sounds like they're like next door, but again,
yeah,
the spatial sense within this movie, because he's all over this complex. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like he goes down a couple of hallways. He's quite a ways away from his apartment.
So that party must have been super loud.
Right. Just blasting like Thompson twins or whatever. And that guy that's waiting, his pants are so high. The girl that plays Sally is really making a meal out of this performance. She's really giving it her all.
I dig it. I really do.
Yep.
So are we to believe, though, that the demon blood is like alien blood? Is corrosive and...
Yeah, that's what I got. Acid. Yep.
Okay.
I love that idea that it can just melt through the different floors of the apartment building, though. That's pretty cool. Didn't happen in the first one. They're not
hyper corrosive.
Yeah, like even more than the alien.
Yeah. And if it lands on you, then you're dead too.
Yeah.
We get another glimpse of the gym setting. We get the only nudity in the film is the girl laying on the.
Oh, did I?
She's on a freaking tanning bed.
Uh-huh. You see her boobs?
No, you see her butt. She's laying on her stomach.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the guy that's in that little, is this a hyperbaric chamber thing?
Yeah, that little sauna thing. That is hilarious. Have you ever been in one of those?
No, I was going to ask you the same thing.
I have done it once, and it felt very strange.
Really?
Just your head's poking up.
Are you being highly esteemed? Are you a lobster in this situation?
Yeah, kind of.
Do you have to bring your own lemon and salt?
Yeah,
and butter,
drawn butter. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
If you guys just hang out, I'll be delicious in about 30 minutes. So just come and just tear little pieces off of me.
And this isn't necessarily a way that you can just masturbate in public and nobody knows. Your silence answers all the questions I need to know.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes and yes.
All right.
Does the guy that's waiting for Jacob, I love it that that's his name, the guy waiting for Jacob. Does he die? Does he become a demon eventually?
Maybe. I mean, everybody does.
I kind of lost track of him. Everybody but Asya and... Oh, no. Does Asya...
I don't know. We'll have to get to that.
Okay. I got real confused. I don't think I finished the garage scene. I think I walked off and did something.
Okay.
So I don't know how that ends.
The guy that had the blood drip on him while he was in the sauna thing, he's the one that traps the girl in this tanning booth and squishes the lid down on her. That you see just the skin just sizzling and she's screaming.
Yeah. It's basically like if you believe like a tanning bed can become like a panini press or something. It's like he's turning her into a grilled cheese sandwich.
Or like you said, isn't a panini an Italian sandwich?
Yeah, I guess it is. Sure sounds like one. I'm making myself hungry. You want to talk about the second group of punks? Heavy quotation marks on punks. They're driving a Mercedes, aren't they? I mean, if you thought the punks in the first movie were a little... Oh, how should I say this? If those are Italian punks, I'm sorry. They look like they're going on their way to be in a musical, like Cats or something.
I could buy that. Yeah, we introduced them. They're just on the way to the party and just more fodder down the road.
Yep.
So George, who went to go check on the partygoers, is somehow in the elevator because the music was so loud. This is what I was trying to say. The music is so loud that he was going to go check on them, but they must be floors away.
Oh, because he had to get in the elevator?
Right, in which the prostitute gets in the elevator with him, which she has already stated that she hates elevators.
So she's the one that's supposed to be the sex workers. The one kind of looks like Barbara Crampton.
Right.
I totally missed that he was like paying for sex.
It's brief, but there's like a line of, you know, we can do this however you want.
Right. I see her name in the cast. It says prostitute.
It's Mary the prostitute.
I'm with you now.
I have a question.
You beg to differ with that? Okay.
Of how long somebody becomes hysterical. When a woman becomes hysterical, is it okay to slap her?
Oh.
Because she freaks out immediately.
Yeah, and he does like the full-on 50s, like grabs both of her arms and like slams her up again. You know, there's nothing more calming than being just like thrown around a room when you're emotionally disturbed. Shut up, woman. Stop crying. Yeah, there's a lot of rope work in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
There's like, they rappel,
Dude,
they go up.
I laughed out
loud
when they rappelled down the building.
I know. I thought, what? I actually wrote down, this movie just broke the Goofy meter because, yeah, that whole sequence is like, well, of course they'd rappel at this point.
Another thing, is this just a horror movie trope too, that in high stress situations when there is a lot of murder and mayhem going on, people forget how to use doors.
Yeah, I guess.
They just bang on doors, they rattle doors.
Right.
Try the knob.
Instead of just... Right. Yeah. You had to use at least 8 of them today just to get over here. You know how they work. You get a bunch of adrenaline dumped into your body. You're going to be a little shaky, I suppose, but you don't just completely forget how
doors work.
Everyday items. I'm to the dog transformation.
Yes, I'm watching that too. Where she just mentioned the double pane glass.
Yes, to set up the... Yes.
That this is kind of like is this like a house on a haunted hill situation? Is that what it was? That they're trapped now, that there's now gates and bars. And that's why...
Yeah, kind of like Record a little bit, where they're stuck in that apartment building.
Okay.
You know, kind of, showing us a little bit of what we're going to see later, which was also a just like pants crappingly funny reveal, which we'll get to in a second. But that dog starts turning. I just realized this because you said something about the glowing eyes, and I was like, I don't remember seeing the dog's eyes glow. Mm-hmm. And I just realized why. It's almost like Aliens, where it like a demon like gestated into, you know what I'm saying? Like that was a separate thing that was like being born out of the dog's like face.
Right.
Are we on the same? Are we on the same? I mean, I guess if you use like thing logic, it could, but it's never done that before.
Right. I don't know. It's so strange.
The rules of the demons are kind of weird.
The transformation of this thing protruding through the dog's mouth. And it's
great.
It's great. It's fun, but the dog is still playing the action scene. So it's still the happy dog chasing after her.
Looks like a very lovable dog that you put like a Halloween mask on, kind of.
It looked like a made up muzzle that they put on the dog. And I, for that brief second, you see it when the dog is not full prosthetic makeup.
Yeah, it kind of waddles down the hallway with that thing on.
I love it.
He's like, guys, I think you forgot to take this off. I can't eat my kibble right now.
And it attacked the owner in a vicious fashion. When you see it in full frame, it's just like, oh, he's playing with her.
Yeah, he's just push him down. He does that to everybody. He likes you. Do you have dogs? I think he's just smelling the dogs on you guys. These are all the excuses that I give to people. Yeah, that's fun. It wouldn't have been great if I thought the dog was being tortured, but it looks like he's having a good time. One more thing about the dog, I think it would be funny if they had like zoomed in on a fishbowl and one of the goldfish had like little demon teeth, like all the pets in her house are just awesome. Cat with demon teeth, gerbil with
how about a little bird with demon teeth,
mongoose,
demon beak.
I guess we have to go back and talk about the gym. I've got it paused on a scene. This is awesome. There is a horde of zombies in the apartment building.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. That scene in the garage where Bobby Rhodes jumps up on the car.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of looked like the movie The Horde. Do you remember that?
No.
I think it was low budget. It might have been an Italian movie. It definitely was not American.
Oh, you mean The Horde?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. With the little...
La Horde.
Yeah, La Horde. That's delicious on fajitas, by the way. Anyway, just happened to pause it on, I think they're already in the garage. I think I've made it that far. And shit's on fire. They're kind of...
Yeah.
The demons want to, like, scratch and make more of them, but they are also interested in just kind of messing things up a lot. Just, like, pushing things over. And there is a shot of this one guy, and you probably know who he is if you've looked at this group, but he looks like Grandpa Munster a little bit because, again, it looks like he's wearing like a facial mask that he'll rinse off at some point, like a exfoliant or something. He looks just like Grandpa Munster, and his reaction to fire being near him
that's awesome.
Something else.
Yeah, I'm watching the scene in the gym as the demons come in and they're throwing everything at him, throwing weights at him.
Yes.
These demons are very, very active. I mean, they're jumping and they look in great shape. I guess
Dario Argento, I need to see a interview or something with him, but I think maybe that was his point. This is his kind of 28 days later, like, I'm going to turn the tables and zombies aren't just like this shambling, depressing, kind of thing. My guys are fucking like hurdling cars and able to, I mean, it basically turns them into demon Bruce Jenners.
Yes.
But
when they've run out of the gym and they're trying to get out, they're going towards the door and everybody's just banging on the door that they cannot get through. Bobby Rhodes is like, hey, everybody stand back, and decides to smack it with a bar
like 5 times.
And then picks up this huge planter and throws it towards the door. Like that is going to
huge
cause
steel bar
more
didn't do anything. Let's throw ceramics at it. He doesn't understand the hierarchy of like materials. How has he not swallowed that piece of gum? Because he's been chewing it since Demons.
Yeah, the same piece. He's trying to beat the chick from Willy Wonka. He's trying to beat her record.
Yep.
Violet, you're turning violet.
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute. I just saw a shot that it looked like some girl had crapped her pants.
Bobby Rhodes looks like he might have pooped his drawers, too. He's got a real saggy sweatpants.
At 46:30, they're running into the parking garage, and a girl in white pants turns around, and she's got mud butt.
Mud butt.
Mud butt.
Let me see.
46:30.
Oh, yeah. It is in a weird place. Looks like one of the demons was like, kind of like tossing her salad or something and left his makeup all over her sweats. Interesting. Good eye, Tim.
Yeah, mud butt. Man, when Bobby Rhodes hands one of the guys a fire extinguisher, and he's like, well, how do I use this?
Oh, my God.
And he actually says, Man, you're all muscles and no brains, boy.
Yeah.
That's got to be a Mr. T line right there.
But I mean, he's right. That scene ends and he's still looking at the fire extinguisher like, what? What?
I mean, granted, these guys are muscle bound, but they are flipping cars, pushing cars.
They look like they've done this before.
They're ripping seats out of the cars to block the doors so the demons can't get through.
Yeah. Hey, guys, that car that you just tipped over would have made a perfectly fine barricade on its wheels.
Yeah.
You were just doing that for you. You were just doing that to see if you could do it.
There it is. Bam. 4806. We get a pan of the boy's bed, and there's the toy Necronomicon.
See, I thought that was like something that had melted in a previous scene. No, like when the blood like came through the... I saw that, and to me it looked like... Oh, you know what that is? That is like the other Castle Grayskull. That's like Skeletor's castle.
Oh, really?
I'm going to get my eyeballs on it.
I think you're right, because there is a He-Man toy right there, too. Riding a snake. A blue hippopotamus, and then a sea and say.
That's Snake Mountain. Dude, I want Castle Grayskull, like, tattooed on my back. One of the things under those images is a question on Google that just says, why is Skeletor evil? And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, what's his deal? Anyway, this isn't a toy podcast. This is a movie podcast.
Next time on...
What would we call that section of our podcast?
I don't know.
Toy Talk? Ew, that sounds like it could be something completely different.
And our ratings either went up or completely down. Who's rating our podcast anyway?
I don't know.
Caller on the line. Hey, it's Gary Busey again.
Oh my goodness. Gary, talk to us. I like it that the kid just has a ray gun and a Sylvester toy.
Yeah. I do like this chase up the stairwell.
Yeah.
So it establishes the stairwell
right
many times over.
Very creepy stairwell too. No lights. No. Oh, well, I guess the power went off.
Right.
It's got mirrors on the wall. Kind of looks like Poltergeist 3 a little bit.
A little bit. And he just wanders upstairs and into, what's her name's apartment? God. Sally, the demon chick.
I like that shot of everybody kind of coming up the stairway.
Mm-hmm. So the little boy, he forgot how to use doorknobs too.
Yeah.
And he starts just banging on doors. Just help me, help me. And his mom is trying to call him. Irresponsible parent. It's at least 2:00 in the morning. They were at Oktoberfest.
I mean, there you have
Does
it.
that explain everything?
Yeah.
Okay. This little kid climbs into the air duct, and there was a scene later on where somebody was taking off what I thought was an air duct, and I kept waiting for the boy to come out, even though I've already seen his demise in another scene. I still wanted him to jump out.
Yeah. I don't hate him as much as Bob, but I certainly don't like him.
Yeah, he doesn't have an annoying voice, at least. I think they cut all of his lines.
Hi, I'm Bob. Can't believe that the security guard has managed to live this long, but you forget that, basically the hero of our movie has been trapped in an elevator for the last half hour.
Right.
He dies and then drools blood into the elevator.
Yeah.
It looked like me falling asleep in history class, and I'm just like drooling on my desk or something.
Now, when they're in the parking garage and they're throwing everything, why did they just start a fire? They're trapped inside of a building.
I don't know.
They have no way of escape, and you're going to start a fire? Why would you do that?
Unclear. Okay, at 53:30 something.
Okay.
You're gonna see Grandpa Munster. He kind of looks like Robert Loggia a little bit too. But he's like from the flames.
Oh, from the fire.
Yeah. I've got closed captioning on, and they just started a Love and Rockets song. I do like Love and Rockets. Oh, and of course it's for the tough gang. You know, of course, Love and Rockets is their like theme song to go like do some crimes or whatever.
Earlier, though, when the Smiths were playing, my wife was like, oh, man, I had that album. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm sure you did.
Yep. This is prime 80s.
What kind of gun does Bobby Rhodes has? Is it just a shotgun?
He has a double barrel shotgun, but like an old timey one with the two separate triggers. And
I swore, didn't he not fire that like it was a machine gun at some point?
I don't know. I love it. He's got the bandolier of shotgun shells too. Where did he find all that?
It was in a trunk.
Oh, okay. That's fun. Like the scavenging part of that whole thing. I like it when they do that in movies. They just have to kind of like make do with what they find just laying around.
And they just happen to find this kick-ass double-barrel shotgun.
From the like turn of the century or something. That garage door, is it like made of cement? How can they not get through that? They drove a Mercedes into it. They're hacking at it with fire axes.
It's like they don't know how to use the tools that they're given. Though.
Yeah.
So they're like using things all wrong.
They're all muscles and no brain. Proving it. I love it that girl, that pregnant girl, is sitting in her apartment being like, I have the dumbest fiance in the world.
He has been gone for hours.
Hours. People are dying, and he is trapped with a strange woman
with a hooker.
With a prostitute. Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
But at least Bobby Rhodes takes over the situation and he starts bossing people around.
He's a natural manager, I think, is what.
Yeah. He would be good at a Starbucks.
Now, wait a minute. Jacob is the punk driving? That's who we're waiting on this entire time?
Yes.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, that's what the guy is waiting outside for him to show up.
No fucking wonder.
Entire fucking movie.
On the version that you're watching, every once in a while, does it look like they haven't loaded the film properly in the camera? It gets real.
Is it shudders?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two scenes in particular that
Okay.
the film just shudders really hard. No, when it happened, I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Your camera guy is having a seizure.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I forget. I think I skipped over that part. Tommy, we can reveal now, I guess. Tommy's just going around knocking on doors.
Or banging on him.
Or banging on doors. But he like kind of plays coy. He kind of like tricks her, the pregnant girlfriend, into opening the door for him. And then kind of vamps out like the kid in Lost Boys a little bit.
How did he get turned? Did he get some blood on him or something?
I was trying to, if you go back, the last time you see him, he kind of hears a noise down one of the hallways and then walks down that hall.
Okay. So there's a knock at the door and she goes to the door. She looks through the peephole, but she doesn't see anything.
Right.
Which I guess she doesn't have the doggy peephole.
Exactly. She didn't pay for the upgrade.
But yeah, when he starts coming through the door and, I mean, you expected it.
Yeah.
It was good. It was.
Oh, yeah. I loved it.
All right. So I got to talk about this guy. That little kid, and we'll see here in Demons trivia here. The little demon boy was played by an adult dwarf.
Okay. My wife and I both, I don't want this to sound disrespectful at all, but we were watching it being like, can you tell if that's, because that was my first instinct. He's in very heavy makeup,
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to do that. Plus he's got to sit still for that whole birth scene,
Mm-hmm.
My wife and I laughed and laughed at this. In a movie, it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
The critter.
I actually thought, though, that this little demon boy looked smaller. So the dwarf looked smaller than the boy he was actually playing.
Yeah, I see that too, kind of, yeah.
So our little demon boy, little demon Tommy, just like we were in Demons, where we had the demon come out of the back of one of the girls.
Yes.
And now a smaller demon, kind of like a trilogy of terror.
Oh, I don't even know what. the special effects in Ghoulies were probably better than this. I mean, it looks like something that was a cartoon, and then you can now buy it in like the Disney, like the gift shop or something. It looks ridiculous. It looks cute, is what it is.
My wife, I don't think she was really into this movie until she saw that. And it was so Charles Bandish.
Very much so.
That she was all in. She just kept going, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
This little demon thing running around.
Stop kicking him. That took me so out of the movie. Well, I mean,
did it?
Everything up to this point is terrifying. Also, the special effects are really good. And then you see something like that and you're just like,
it's just a hand puppet.
Oh my God. I mean, if you're going to do something, do like the first movie and have a little person. I mean, that is kind of weird. Like, he had already transformed and then was just a like husk, like they shed their skin and then turned into a stupider thing. You know what I mean? Either give me just the kid or a normal kid that a demon hatches out of. But that stupid thing, and God.
Not a ghoulie. I laughed so hard that our pregnant girl,
yeah,
she grabbed a towel and just threw it over its head to foil this demon running around trying to get her. She just throws a towel over it and runs and hides in the place that you're most terrified of, right?
Yeah.
One of these bifold door closets.
Yes.
That nobody can seem to get through. Right?
Nope. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis managed one, but it was real iffy. She tries to clip its nails first. She's got a bunch of like beauty products and she's like, well, let me just get this longest one here. I can't stand it when it's like tapping the ground when it walks.
But no, it spring jumps over her onto the demon trap Murphy bed.
Well, let's be clear here. Someone swings it on a line and it goes over there.
I laughed so hard.
I mean, it was delightful, but it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit with the tone of the rest of the movie.
Right.
And then the fact that she has a giant bottle of poison literally from a Tom and Jerry cartoon. Yes. It has a big skull and crossbones on the front of it.
Where was she keeping that? In the spice cabinet?
Unclear. Well, like I said, she runs and gets it from a table that makes it look like
she was getting ready to serve her husband poison.
Like, I got
arsenic.
A nice little cocktail for Mr. Gone for an hour and a half.
Yes, you were just trapped in an elevator with a prostitute.
Yeah, right.
I buy every bit of that.
Exactly. You're all sweaty, shirts ripped. Oh, they're going to have to go through some therapy when this is all over.
I do dig that when her husband is trying to escape from the elevator and he's climbing up the cables and the demon starts climbing up after him and the demon's climbing faster.
Yeah.
It's like who can climb the rope the fastest in gym class.
Yeah.
But they have a little fight that was real reminiscent of Soldier with Kurt Russell.
Yeah, he's kind of,
yeah, it was that same exact scene.
Yep. Also a little kind of Evil Dead-ish because he's like kind of like kicking her head and they have a little like Murphy bed in their house, in their apartment.
Yes.
I don't know if it's for like a changing bed for a baby maybe in the future when she has that kid.
I don't know.
But the picture on the backside of that with the kind of airbrush girl.
You had that poster?
No, but I want it.
Is that the poster of the movie?
Actually, when you look at this on Prime Video, it has that picture for the...
That's what I was wondering, if that was the poster art for the whole film. I can't
imagine. That would be whoever rented that would be very disappointed. I think it's going to be like an Italian meatballs or something is what I would...
Italian meatballs.
Oh my God. Did I just say that?
Yes,
We're stopping the podcast.
All right.
Until further notice. I'm going to go into the mountains and meditate.
Hey, freaksters and freakettes. It's Tim from the Moratorium. Do you like the sweet sounds of our witty banter in your ears every week? Well, head on over to our Patreon, and for only $3 a month, you can get even more. In the director's cuts of our movie episodes. On average, that's 20 minutes more of our wisecracking, jive-talking, and lip-flapping laughter straight to your ear holes. Go to themoratorium.com and click on our Patreon link, and you'll find 5 awesome tiers with tons of goodies. You can also find our Teespring link on the website for even more awesome merch. Thank you for your support. Now on with the show.
I just saw that scene where all of the demons kind of like choreographed look over the railing, you know?
Yes, as they were running up the stairs. Yes.
Still looked cool, but it looked very like Three's Company kind of.
Yeah. It was like a Phil Collins should have been piped in on that.
Man, I wish.
So at what point did George lose his sleeves on his shirt? You notice that happened in the first Demons as well, that the hero lost the sleeves of his shirt.
Urbano Barberini?
Yeah.
I think that is his name. The fact that I've memorized that is deeply sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he lost his sleeves quick. I think that the hero, when they find out that they're the hero, they just rip their sleeves off.
It's like, well, I'm what you got. He rode the elevator thing all the way up to the roof.
Yeah.
And then somehow came back down to his apartment to finally find his wife being attacked by this demon. By this little ghouly demon.
Yes.
And which she had to have been scratched.
It's like pokey everywhere. It's like trying to pick up like a horny toad or something.
You're right. I see the demons looking over the railing, and all I can think of is, I'm still standing after all this time. It fits. Yeah.
It certainly does. Okay, somebody edit this movie together where it'll... Was that Phil Collins?
No, that was not Phil Collins.
What was that?
That was Sir Elton John.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God.
Wow.
Never mind, guys. Never mind anything.
Killing the little gremlin, ghouly demon with an umbrella?
Yeah.
I'm fine with that, but once he shoved the demon through the wall, I wanted the umbrella to open.
Yeah, that would have been good. I would have enjoyed that immensely. And then somebody says, that's like 7 years of bad luck or whatever. Isn't that a bad thing?
Sure. It's a superstition.
Yeah. Right. Oh my God. All right. I just saw the guy that like he was in a chorus line, like sailed over that Volvo.
Yes. He did.
It's like he was expecting Patrick Swayze? Patrick Swayze?
It's the Italian Patrick Swayze, yes.
Yep. Patricchio Swayze.
I'm in the parking garage too, watching this fight that goes on. And that one guy that gets thrown over the car and into the sunroof.
Yeah. He did that on purpose.
Yes, he did.
Again, Ossia is the probably best actor in this scene. Although, I'm a Bobby Rhodes fan. Oh, speaking of, right in the mess.
Bobby Rhodes got it in the groats.
Oh, singing opera.
He's wearing sweats too, so that's full on.
He could get every part of it. Oh man, what do you call that? The reverse like scrote grab. It's worse when it's reverse.
When it's coming from the backside, yeah.
Hang on, let me type down. It's worse when it's reverse.
But yes, many of these demons have nothing but a mask on.
Some of them, like I said, just have that Dawn of the Dead makeup where it ends right there. It's just their face, not on their neck or,
Nope.
That guy that ramped that Beamer, that looked like fun.
Yeah. Ramping in a parking garage.
I feel like if I was the actor, I'd be like, I could do that. Let me drive this thing.
Asia's father, though, is he takes on like 6 of them.
Yeah. It's funny, in this movie, like, okay, he's the good guy, and like I said, all I know him from is Supersonic Man. Like, he's the good guy in that, and he seems like a little more handsome and a little more, like, physically, like he's bigger, like he's been working out.
Yeah.
Looks kind of schlubby in this movie a little bit. Maybe it's just what he's wearing. He's supposed to be like a working dad or whatever.
Papa.
I like that scene when all the demons are looking at her, kind of mugging for Asia.
Yes. Just surrounding her in the car. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty sweet.
And again, the girl that plays Sally is just selling this shit. She's one of the only ones that they really like lube up her teeth.
Oh, her teeth are like strung together with gloop.
Yes, exactly.
It's like, the rubber band, things that they put on people with braces. Yes, those are demon braces. Okay.
Yeah, demon braces.
So George and his pregnant wife, they escape their little flat to go next door to see the party was going on next door.
Right.
They just walked next door. Why did he get in the elevator in the first place?
I have no idea. What was he even going? Oh, yeah. You said it was about the party.
Yeah.
Why does she just like pinch off a piece of frosting?
Because she's pregnant.
Well, that's what I thought. Like she smiles. She's like, I'm kind of hungry. And there's like a table full of cakes. But then she grabs it. I mean, maybe that's when you're pregnant too. She grabbed it and squished it. And she's like, ugh, that made me nauseous.
Yeah. But George escapes and somehow comes back with full repelling gear.
Where did he find that? Where did that come from?
In the repel closet.
Usually they put more emphasis on like kind of the gearing up scene,
Yeah.
which now he's got his stuff, and
we got a music montage.
Got that like the descent, those climbing axes.
Yeah.
Which, man, those fucking things look like they would tear somebody's head off. Yeah. That is a damn good monster weapon.
But he actually improvises a trap by breaking the gas line to...
Yeah, there's a little access thing. No safety features at all. He just kind of pries it open and there's like gas. Like, it would be so funny if they cut back to him and his eyebrows are gone and like an inch and a half of his hair is like burnt back, bald onto his head.
Yep, that would have been good.
That would have been hilarious.
But no, his shirt is ripped open like he has lost all the buttons on his shirt. Yeah, he's lost his sleeves. He's lost his buttons.
Yeah, he's a real hunk. He's got 100 feet of rope that he just found in the janitor's closet. She's looking more pregnant. She was doing sit-ups earlier, and now she's in this dress, and it's like pretty big.
I did like it when one of the guys that's trying to escape with him turned into a demon, and he throws him over the balcony. We waited for that to happen down the stairwell.
Yeah. Yep.
I would have been so mad if that did not happen.
Kill. And another mannequin.
And that's probably why he decided, okay, every demon can be launched, and he throws another one off the top of the building.
Yep. Later on, there's just a guy in a cowboy hat, and he falls off for no reason.
So this nerd, how did he even know how to repel?
I don't understand how that's the easiest option.
No.
I mean, I guess the elevator's broken. The stairs are full of demons. I don't know. I still think I would take my chances with the stairs. I don't know. Maybe we'd all die if I was in charge.
He just threw that other chick off the building, or the mannequin that was supposed to represent that chick.
Did the fire blind Sally in her one eye? Is that
maybe? Yeah, he mentions that here in a minute, that she's blind or whatever.
How does he know?
I don't know. But she was the only one to escape that fire.
Yeah, they all kind of just fell down.
Yeah. And then we've got George repelling his very pregnant wife as she's piggybacked on him.
She's got little booty shorts on.
Yeah.
Kind of like little cheerleading shorts. Yeah. Which I appreciate. I mean, it's just that there were several times where they could have, and this is Italy, would have
Yes.
shown us her panties, but I don't know if that's one of those things that they were afraid that
They decided this was taboo?
That I don't know.
They draw the line at pregnant?
I guess. Oh my God. Sally doing the like Australian rappelling down that.
Dude, that is creepy.
That's a guy really doing that, you know?
You know, it had to be.
I think when we were watching it last night, we were like, oh my God. That was another big laugh from us when that happened.
Yeah. She comes down quick face first.
Yeah.
That's creepy as shit.
Yeah. I mean, I just thought that they were lowering them with something, but I think that was a guy that was just like, I could do that.
Yeah. Why do you call that Australian repelling?
That's what it's called, Tim.
Really? No, I didn't look it up.
Everything, when it looks tough to do, you just say it's the Australian version.
So George and his wife get off the building. They're out on the street. Why do they go into the studio? Where is the studio? Why do they go indoors?
Because of their crippling stupidity. I think because she started her belly was hurting, so I think he wanted to find a spot so she could have her baby real quick, and then they could get on with escaping.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, like, this looks like a good place. Like you said, it kind of looks like the theater that was in Demons, or the same set. Probably the same building. And they probably started filming 1 month after the success of Demons.
Yes. We have to capitalize on that. That's one of the things in that Joe Bob little monologue that he did about this, is that in Germany, where Demons, the original one, was filmed, Demons was banned in Germany right when it came out. So Demons 2, since they cut all of that stuff out, which all of that stuff, this is just as gross as Demons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what they were talking about, like trying to make it cleaner for like TV or whatever. But I guess Demons 2 actually came out in Germany before Demons 1.
Interesting.
But if you switch these around, you know, they really don't correlate. It's like watching Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. It's just more of the same.
So she's given birth to this baby.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm going to have to read this from the trivia but it says the scene where Hannah has a baby was not a part of the original script.
Okay.
Originally, Hannah's baby would become a demon inside her and claw its way out.
Well, yeah.
That's what we wanted to see. We expected to see it.
Yes, exactly.
But the scene was taken out when Lamberto Bava and Dario Argento decided they wanted a happier ending.
For once. The one time.
Why now?
I don't know.
And we wanted it. We paid for this.
Yeah.
The last 7 minutes of the film, all I'm thinking of is, when's this baby going to turn? When's this baby going to turn? Come on.
Yes.
Come on. And it didn't give it to us.
I want to see that thing flying at somebody and attacking them. Also, that kid came out like, it's like his mom's vagina was like a car wash. There's not a speck of anything on it.
That goes back to the Italian bush.
It's kind of a scrubbing effect.
Oh, it's horrible. So somehow Sally the demon has found her way into the movie studio where they are.
Yeah, looking grosser. Now her gums are black and her teeth are all like even funkier than they were. And that one solid white eye as she's stumbling through, just falling over things. I'm telling you, that actress is really something else. It says wheezing and growling on the closed captioning. So did the demon just die? So she just... And transfer herself into... it's unclear. Completely unclear. That is creepy, though. The shot in the TV of her laying there dead with her eyes open. That looks really creepy. Yeah, you're right. And then he kind of loses interest in smashing the TVs because there's still like 7 TVs that he didn't break. He just broke the one.
So there's a picture of Sally running, which was from an earlier part in the film.
Yes.
Demon makeup running towards the set.
Yes.
He didn't actually see the demon come through the television screen, so why did he freak out and start smashing television screens? That didn't make sense to me.
I don't know. Because in all other aspects, he seems like a complete idiot.
Yeah. Why didn't they just have a scene where he was killing Sally?
I don't know.
So I want to show here that you can see when they start running out of the building.
Yeah.
Everything has mirrored glass or whatever on it.
Yeah.
Right behind them, you can see a shot of the crew.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like somebody ducks down.
Like, oh, shit. And that's our final, our final thing.
So this chick just gave birth. Like 7 minutes ago. And she is fine.
No, she's great.
I mean, they didn't even cut the umbilical cord.
No. Don't need to.
Is that part of the car wash? The Italian car wash?
I think so.
Is that what we're calling that?
Now we are. They go outside and like tonsil box, like to the end credits, like
what'd you call it? Tonsil box?
It's tonsil boxing. And she's instigating it. Again, she just had a baby like 7 minutes ago.
She is ready to make another one.
I guess. Italian women. I don't know. It is tasteless.
Our audience would not appreciate that joke.
Wouldn't they? Would they?
Would they? I don't know. We
Hard to say.
We don't know who our audience is, so
please, guys, send us an email. Anything. Message in a bottle.
Not an instant message on Facebook, because I won't answer unless it's specific to the podcast. I have yet to receive a specific message. It's just as immediately after I friend somebody and put them into the Facebook group, I get a, "Hi, how are you?"
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm not falling for this.
Yeah. You have $100 Amazon gift card waiting on you if you just... What happens if you click that link, though?
You lose your identity. I assume.
Man. You're out on the street. Like Nick Nolte.
Losing your religion.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was another Italian horror movie, very similar to the one that we did last week.
Very similar.
Which do you like better?
Really, I think I like this one.
Yeah, it's good.
It was fun.
Yeah, man. I mean, it even has less of a plot than the first one. You know?
Yeah.
Because at least the first one set up the mask and Nostradamus and all that. This one didn't bother. But I appreciate that. We're adults. Like, you don't have to, spoon feed us all of this crap. If you're watching this, it's called Demoni 2 or Demons 2.
Demoni.
You know what you're in for.
Demoni.
You're never going to click on it and think it's like an Agatha Christie novel or something.
Right. It's pretty apparent what you're in for. And being directed by Lamberto Bava, produced by Dario Argento, you gotta love it.
It's a dream team.
This is why we're going to continue going back to the Italians.
Wait, and you almost forgot, written by Dardano Sacchetti.
Dude, I came upon him again today in something else.
He was prolific, to say the least.
He is probably the reason for all of this.
Yeah, he is.
And we need to talk about him in depth.
Yep. I mean, there are so many of these, and the Italian filmmakers are so inventive and so, fearless about doing some of this insane shit. I say we'll be back again. I mean, we still have... What do we got? We got more Fulci. We haven't done Zombie yet, or Zombie 2. We want to do The Church.
Yeah. But not next week. We're not going to do this next week for
no,
the trilogy. But I think it's going to be a separate entity for The Church. but we will make it there.
Yeah. It needs to be talked about. Yeah. So great.
All right, guys. Well, I think we did it finally. All right.
Yep. That was a good one.
We had a lot of fun talking about this, and a lot of it we didn't talk about.
Yeah. A lot of odds and ends. I forgot to say that that turned really into Die Hard at the end.
Oh yeah.
I was kind of scrolling down through Amazon, and there's like 2 reviews that have Die Hard in the subject, in the title of them. So I guess somebody else thought that too. The roof of the apartment building really should have blown up though at the end.
All right. Well, let's wrap this bitch up. What do you say?
Okay. All right.
Let's tell everybody where they can find us, Jason.
We are at themoratorium.com.
.com. You can find everything, a link to everything that we do here on themoratorium.com.
Not stamps.com. Don't get us confused with them.
Right, because those sound so similar.
Yep.
If you want to support us, help us bring this witty banter, dare I say witty banter, to your ear holes every week, you can go to our Patreon page and help support us. Hey, for as little as $1 a month, you can help support us. But if you want to give us $3 a month, we will give you some rewards for joining our Patreon. You can get the director's cuts of our movie episodes. And just last week, I mean, granted, we're recording this in the past, so this last week, we just put out The Kindred. Gotta love that film.
Yeah.
I cut just over 30 minutes out of that one.
Wow.
Yeah, and there is so much more that we have to offer that is just a tangent upon tangent, off the subject, but funny. For $3 a month, you can have all of that.
Think of the savings.
And fun stuff that you can't find anywhere. We're saving this just for our Patreon.
Man.
Go to our YouTube channel and you can find an uncut version of The Keep up there so you can listen to it. You can listen to both versions and do a compare and contrast on your own.
Oh, man.
See what you're missing
Our voices with over a Tangerine Dream theme.
Awesome. Love it. All right. And you can find us on all social medias, Twitter, Facebook. We have a Facebook group that's growing out of control. We have over 350 members on our Facebook group, and it's going to continue growing. So hop on in, check it out. Go over to Teespring and buy some merch. We still have t-shirts up. I've got to work on some more designs, but hey, buy the ones we have and they'll become collector's items. Sure they will.
Just like that. They're officially collector's items.
Because you're the only one going to be wearing that shirt.
Or recognize it or know anything. Yeah. Oh, well.
But hey, I'm still working on other Patreon prizes. I'm going to get some pictures up on our website and show you exactly what they are. I've got VHS night lights, stickers, moratorium membership cards. All the above, guys. So come check it out.
I got to get one of those VHS tapes.
Oh, you're going to get one. We just have to see each other in person.
Yes.
I'll drive by and throw it out my window.
That'd be cool.
All right. What do you say? Let's wrap this bitch up.
All right. Let's do it.
You got anything else to offer?
Nope. I'm done. I'm spent.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, podcast. Bye-bye. You've been listening to part 2 of the Dario Argento Double Feature. Man, the Italians have it going on, and we love to talk about them. If you've never seen an Italian horror flick, then you're missing out on some really good shit. If you have any movie suggestions, or just want to tell us how much we really suck, you can contact us at moviemoratorium@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and long live VHS. Thought you were doing squats or something. You're like, oh, I gotta stop.
Stop. No. And I shit my pants.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Not again.
Oh.